Hey, Boston Swickers here with this week's fantasy update. We now officially have 3 weeks in the books, which means next week will be at -1 for all no picks. But more importantly, it means I get to start using some of my wicked awesome Photoshop skills. Also, are both divisions really being led by a Bresco? Alright, before I get into this week's low score award, I want to address the terrible fantasy football horrors that Josh O'Taylor had to endure this week. In a totally separate league, which I refuse to address by name, Josh O'Taylor was playing Swick, and with a mere 8 seconds left in the Monday night game, he was winning by 2 points, but still had his Green Bay defense on the field. This is when Russell Wilson dropped back through a 40-yard Hail Mary, which after blatant offensive pass interference, was intercepted by Green Bay. Except this is how the refs on the field decided to call it. Touchdown. Well, it was intercepted, but then another guy called it. But I don't know. Well, after a brief discussion that had to sound something like that, they decided to call it a touchdown. Game over. Both teams headed to their respective locker rooms, and Josh O'Taylor won his matchup. But then something happened. 11 guys from each team came running out to the field, searching for their helmets, their shoulder pads, talking to reporters, just to kick some meaningless, useless extra point. But this extra point cost Josh 3 points, and he lost his game by 1. Sorry, bro. This has to be the worst loss ever. Alright, now this week's low score award. And let me start by saying that technically, this week's award should go to Old Reliable, Swickers. But his performance this week is being trumped by Hedman's performance last week. Hedman scored a total of 24 points, which is easily the lowest of the year and should make a good run at lowest in league history, ever. His first mistake was starting Jay Cutler. Cutler came in at -5, which is way less than Vic, who was sitting on his bench. Vic almost outscored his entire team by himself. Poor roster decision to get you here every time. What you need to do is start listening to talented Mr. Roto. This guy has a lot of useful information and can really help you turn your team around. And you're no better, Swickers. Just be thankful Hedman pulled a Dennis Green and let you off the hook. He had you right where he wanted you, and he let you off the hook. Don't let me see you back here again. Now some current event news. Jono's bachelor party was this weekend, and it went off mostly without a hitch. The one hitch I'm referring to is the fucking crazy KO Lumber guy showing up at 9:30 in the morning looking for some trouble. This guy just rolled in off the street, looking for a fight with Swick and Tippin, only to be invited in for some breakfast, where he was then verbally abused by a house full of still drunk dudes and sent back to KO Lumber to get his 2x4. Word down the street is this all happened because Waz was singing and dancing to the Backstreet Boys in the hot tub at 4 in the morning with 3 other dudes. Pretty awesome party, guys. You really know how to tear it up. Alright, well that's it for this week. Until next time, I'm Boston Swickers. And if you're smart, you know who the cardinal is, how to take the T to the JP, and when the blinking red light stops the whole Hancock building means summer.